Good evening. My name is Ricardo Benajam, and this evening we will be discussing paralanguage communication effectiveness. So, one of the most important components of paralanguage is the speech rate. So, when someone is having a conversation or they're giving a briefing to a group, for someone that speaks 50% faster than normal, they are deemed to be more persuasive. That is, people agree with a fast speaker than opposed to um, a slow speaker. So for the slow speaker, they might feel that that person um, isn't as credible. They don't have a grasp on the information that they're trying to give out. They might seem a little bit more unprepared than someone that's speaking a lot faster can give that information out. Um, so those are some of the things that they've looked at in certain studies. On the other hand, there are certain cultural differences that uh, put that information um, in more of an opposite. So, uh, for those cultural differences, it might be someone that speaks a lot slower. That person might be perceived as having better information. They are looked at um, as being able to speak more slowly because they understand the information and they can broadcast it a lot better. Whereas someone that's just spitting the information out, they might just be trying to get the information out to you as fast as possible without any real substance. Um, Again, those are two different studies showing those different aspects. However, for comprehension, they've looked at someone that speaks faster than normal. Um, the comprehension levels have only dropped about 5 to 10%. So that kind of does show that there isn't much of a difference between someone that's speaking a lot fast, more fast, than someone that's speaking a little bit slower. Um, it's just on the listener trying to get that information. It's just a lot easier for someone that's speaking a little bit faster. Um, they seem to broadcast to that listener a lot better. However, just not too fast. If a person speaks too fast, then that listener really can't um, grasp what the person is saying. If they do have any questions, the information is being given so fast that they really can't illustrate the question that they want to ask. So they're a little bit lost in a way. Whereas someone that's speaking a little bit slower, that person can generate their questions or they can kind of have a background thought process of what the person's saying and might be able to um, connect the dots in terms of thoughts um, to better understand what a person is speaking about. This also goes with the voice. So for someone that speaks more high, has more enthusiasm of what they're saying, they can be understood a lot more than someone that's really monotone. You can barely hear them. It's kind of like listening to that nervous person giving a presentation. You really can't understand what they're saying because they're speaking really low. They might stutter a lot or they might jumble their words, as opposed to someone that can speak more loudly. They seem to have all of their ducks in a row of what they want to speak about, how they want to speak about it. You can understand them better and you can get your questions across a lot more. Um, but that is the majority of paralanguage and communication. If you have any questions, um, please ask. Thank you very much for your time and have a good evening.